Good fine evening, Facebook. Let's see if. Anyways, a couple things. Hello. Summer was gonna come over and touch up my tattoo, but the funny thing is, Summer accidentally left her tattoo gun at home, so we ended up just hanging out tonight, and then I walked her home, and so Summer's gonna come over tomorrow and touch up my tattoo. She left her tattoo gun at home by accident, which is no biggie, you know what I'm saying? There's that. Also, I've grown quite fond of this tobacco pipe right here. This thing is pretty slick. But if you look at the inside of it, I can't even fit my pinky down into the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? There's this little lip of wood right here that's uneven and what have you. I know the bowl can hold more tobacco than it's able to hold right now. So how do you propose I'm going to fix this? As it is made out of wood. And I want to drill out some excess. I want to grind away some wood on the inside of my pipe bowl so that it can hold more tobacco. Because right now, I pinch it in there and it barely holds a 5 to 10 minute smoke at most. And I know for a fact this gorgeous billiard of mine can hold more tobacco than that. So, in order to fix this, I'm going to use this drill bit to very gently grind away at some wood on the inside using my trusty rechargeable drill. And I'm going to go very slowly with it so I don't break my pipe. Knock on wood. I don't plan on breaking my pipe, but should it happen, I have a backup. So, I'll be very careful doing this. I'll hold it level with the drill bit. Yeah. It might make more sense just to use a different drill bit because this one's just going to push it down in. Not the way I want it to. Where did I put the other one? That's the one. Alright. Using something like this might be easier for grinding away at that wood to make the bowl do what it's supposed to do. Be very careful doing this because now I'm keeping the drill bits away from the bottom of the bowl so I don't accidentally drill through a hole of it, so I don't accidentally drill through the bottom of it. But I know for a fact that this tobacco pipe can hold way more tobacco, and sometimes when you're smoking a pipe, it burns through the wood, and then you got this big lip of wood. You got this big ass lip in the middle of your bowl right here, and it's restricting. Yeah. Bowl space. And when it's restricting bowl space, you think to yourself, you know, I bet you this pipe could hold more tobacco. You start thinking to yourself, yeah, and then you think, okay, how am I going to fix this? Well, I want to make the hole in the bowl just a little bit wider. And to do this is a very delicate process because you know what I'm saying, keeping the drill bits doesn't go past that line, and you should be golden and go in a circle and kind of, for the stem's sake, I'm going to take the stem off while I do this. There we go. I think going with this drill bit was a lot smarter decision. It's easier to control, it's instead of just, I could have foreseen my pipe breaking with that other drill bit just now. So it's probably a good thing I changed it out at the last minute. And I'm doing it, and as I do it with this drill bit right here, checking my work, making sure I'm not going too bad with it, but it's looking pretty good so far. I know for a fact that my tobacco pipe can hold way more tobacco, but if I get the light on it just right. Right there, you see on the inside of it, right in there, that little, if I stick my pinky in there, you can see it doesn't go in all the way. So that little wall on the inside is going to get smoothed out. And something to do, I figure if I'm working on my tobacco pipe I might as well film a Facebook Live video. Yeah. Like I said, Summer accidentally left her tattoo gun at home, so she ended up hanging out, and then I walked her home like a true gentleman, of course. I wasn't gonna let Summer walk home on this nasty shit alone, like, granted it could be colder, but still, that little hole that I pack my tobacco in right there, I see it's getting smaller, or not smaller, I mean, I see that little hole that leads down into the bottom of the bowl getting much, much wider, like it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, this will make it hold more tobacco, and that's supposed to. Although I don't want to do it too much and, crack my bowl and stuff, so that's why I'm checking my work as I go. Maybe take my pipe tool and go like that. And most of this wood's pretty burnt on the inside from all the tobacco I've smoked out of it, so. Oh yeah, the pinky's starting to be able to go in there much, much, much more easily. The goal will be to get my entire pinky down into my bowl, basically. Put my woodworking skills to the test and make it so my pipe can actually hold a full bowl of tobacco. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? I disagree with you on that, Dan. Crack is whack. Take this scooper and kind of, because the wider end of my scooper is going down into the chamber when I stick it down in there, which means it's going down in there this deep, and that's right to the chamber. Which means the point of my scooper is hitting, just barely touching the bottom of the chamber here. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to widen my tobacco pipe up a bit so it holds more tobacco. And that's, yeah. That's coming out way nice. Because it's already been burnt from all the times I've smoked out of it. Like literally the inside of my tobacco pipe is burnt from all the times I've smoked out of it. So this right here is an easy ass process. Oh, and it's clogged too, go figure. Well then, let's get it unclogged. It'll probably make it a little easier. All right. Get my pipe unclogged, just like that. Unclog it, it'll make it easier to do what I'm doing here. Oh, look at that. I could almost fit my entire pinky in there. Yeah, I'm not going to use the drill bit anymore. This pipe tool's doing it. The drill bit was enough to kind of break it up a little bit. But using this thing in my pipe tool right here, I can just scrape away at that burnt wood. Oh, excuse me. Fucking Asperger's is talking shit again. Oh, I'm liking this Facebook. Working on my tobacco pipe so it holds more tobacco. I'm liking this a lot. Because I noticed, and you've seen it too, like when I go to smoke my pipe on camera and shit, I have a bowl of tobacco that'll last like 5 fucking minutes and then it's out. You know what I'm saying? Generally speaking, tobacco pipes, if you load a regular bowl into your tobacco pipe, it should last a good 45 minutes at the minimum. 20 at the bare minimum 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, hang on a second. And I realized that I couldn't get my pinky down in there very easily. So I'm like, well, that might be why it's not holding as much tobacco as it could be, you know? Because look how big this bowl is, you know what I'm saying? This bowl is pretty fucking big. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, you know what? I'm going to hold it at an angle just like that. I'm going to take that burnt wood that's on the inside of my pipe and basically carve it out so that my whole pinky can go in there. Right now, it already looks like it can hold more tobacco. but that lip's almost gone. I like this pipe. It's my favorite shape. It's a billiard. It's my favorite finish. It's smooth, straight stem fishtail mouthpiece. This thing is gorgeous. And when I first got this tobacco pipe, it was not this dark. It was actually a lot lighter. But smoking out of it causes the wood, smoking out of your tobacco pipes causes the wood to get darker. Sort of using the finer edge of my pipe tool here and scraping out this pipe so that it holds more tobacco like it's supposed to. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Now the hole that goes into the bottom of the pipe is definitely a lot larger. It's not as small as it was, that's for sure. And carving out my pipe, you can see it's messy because it's been used quite a bit. But I think this will definitely hold a lot more tobacco when it's all said and done. That little lip of wood that would sit like literally, this lip of wood would sit literally centimeters from the top of the bowl. And Now you see that? You see that right there, Facebook? When I first started the video, I couldn't even get my whole pinky in there. Now my pinky's like halfway down in there. The drill seems to be a little bit faster than the pipe tool, and yeah. I'm going in and out of the bowl. I'm not going any deeper than here. Right there. I'm not going near the chamber. Just going in and out halfway on the drill bit and going in a circle while I go in and out so that it grinds away at that lip. And it's making my pipe actually, this is going to make my pipe hold the tobacco like it's supposed to. I mean, it was holding tobacco like it was supposed to, but I'm like, you know what, this bowl could be a little bit deeper here, so let's work my magic here. Let's see if we can make this pipe a little better. And I've worked on tobacco pipes before, restaining them and what have you. And now grinding away at my pipe like that, it's clogged again. Go figure, right? But give it a poke. There we go. That's not too shabby. That's like half my pinky, which will make it easier to pack. I'll be able to pack more in there at least. Almost there. That hole that leads down into the chamber of my pipe is, like I said, it's definitely a lot wider. And you can literally see that if I stick my pinky in there and all that black stuff comes out from the wood, I get a general idea of how deep the bowl's going now. And it looks like the majority of it, if I hold it up, looks like it's going all the way down into the bowl like it's supposed to, instead of just at the tip like that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of lip in there, but it's doable. I'm willing to bet you my pipe's gonna hold a lot more tobacco now. How much do you want to bet? I'll use the smallest one that I have. Just about there. I mean, working with tobacco pipes is pretty straightforward. It is, after all, wood. briarwood. So this one's a little bit wider. It's about the same diameter as the bowl, just about. Okay. Oh yeah, that definitely did the trick. A little bit more this one. Oh, that was close. Just a little bit more with this one, not too much. There's a good pipe. That's damn near my entire pinky. Look at that. Okay, there we go. I'm checking out the seam here on this pipe. And I can stick my whole finger, practically my whole pinky, up to the knuckle in there, just like that. That's looking pretty good. I go just a little bit more. Perfect. YouTube, I can touch the bottom of my pipe bowl just with my pinky. Yes. I ground out the wood on the inside of my pipe bowl just right. There's no bottom marks. I didn't drill through all the way. Oh yeah. All right, let me put my drill up. Now, when the video first started, I showed you how I couldn't even get my pinky into the bowl. Like, I could barely fit the tip of it. And now, after working with it for a minute, it's functioning like a pipe should be. I can fit my entire pinky down there. I'll be able to put more tobacco in there. And the stem is a little loose, but that's an easy enough fix. I'm going to stick my pipe tool in there just like that and widen it out just a little bit. And we're going to reshape it using a little bit of fire. This will make the stem, like, it's not going to completely form like this, but this will tighten up the stem. And apply just a little bit of heat to this part right here. I call this heat treating your stem. Heating up that plastic or whatever it's made out of. And notice that when I pulled it out, it sort of held that shape, but not entirely. Now when I screw my pipe stem back into place, it's in there nice and tight. All right. So right there, I just did a tobacco pipe repair. The bowl, I can now fit the entire bowl on my pinky like it should be. Before that, I couldn't even, I'm sitting there trying to pack my pipe, and I'm like, okay, I know this pipe can hold more tobacco. This is a pretty deep bowl. And I would have been here all fucking night if I would have used my pipe tool. So I used my drill bit instead, and I was very careful with it so I didn't drill through the bottom of it by accident or break the walls around it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so I want to wash my hands real quick, and then we're going to see how my pipe smokes after I just fixed it. The stem's nice and tight. The bowl is deep like it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started the video, I was like, see this Facebook, I can't get it in there. And then now, after whittling with it for a minute, I can fit my entire pinky in there, and I can touch the bottom of the bowl. That is exactly what I was trying to do. That worked out beautifully. All right, get all this off my hands real quick. All right, I'm gonna dry my hands right quick. I'll be right back, Facebook. Whoa. All right. So now that I'm back, I got all that gunk from working on my pipe off of my hands. The stem's nice and tight. The bowl is at the proper width. So now I'm going to see if my tobacco pipe actually holds a full bowl of tobacco instead of just a pinch at the top. Now, in my last Facebook Live video, I didn't wear my bandana, and when I was bending over to play the guitar, you could see my trichoteria scars. I think it's called trichotillophylioma, however the fuck you pronounce it, I don't know. But basically, trichoteria is what I call it because it's the short way to say it. And because a lot of people have a hard time pronouncing the full fucking word, you know. So trichoteria is the short way to say you basically pull out your hair. And a lot of people are giving me shit about that, but here's the kicker of it. When you're texting me pictures of my own dick just to fuck with me, or when you're sending me pictures of my scarred area from my Facebook Live video just to fuck with me, at this point, I'm like, you know, you realize I'm giving you the ammunition to pick on me, right? You're not being original with it. Now, I've been working with wood for a good minute, making wands and shit like that. And as far as drilling out holes for crystals, for staffs and scepters, this was basically the same concept. So I'm willing to bet you that my pipe should hold a full bowl of tobacco now. And there's only one way to find out. Right off the... Oh, yeah, it slides right in there. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, the other tobacco pipe that I have as my backup had problems too. The stem was loose, and somebody else broke a chunk off the bottom half of the mouthpiece. Like, the top half is still there, but the bottom half isn't. So I took sandpaper and I sanded this part smooth so it'd make this pipe much more comfortable to smoke. And then I tightened the stem up on this pipe, and yeah. So I've had good luck with fixing pipes before. I was a little sketchy about working on this pipe, but as I was walking home after walking my girlfriend home, I says to myself, you know, I know for a fact that this tobacco pipe could hold way more tobacco than it's letting on, because I would load a bowl of tobacco and it would only like pinch off on the top. It wouldn't pack down into the bottom, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm smoking a bowl of pipe tobacco for a good 5 minutes and then it's already cashed. It's not doing what, you know what I'm saying? No, it isn't. And the thing of it is, trichoteria is no joke. It is a real thing. People pick out their hair for whatever fucking reason. And I've seen people who have trichoteria way worse than I do. And just seeing other people who have it way worse than I do, subconsciously I think to myself, okay, I don't want to lose all my gorgeous long hair, so I got to stop picking. And then adding oat in the irony, I tried to shave devil's horns into my widow's peak, and it didn't quite turn out like I thought it would, so, but it's whatever. Now I think, and by the looks of it, yeah, my pipe can now hold a full bowl of tobacco. Now you're asking yourself, why the fuck did you work on your pipe? Why the fuck did you drill out excess wood on the inside of your pipe? Well, basically to utilize my pipe's full potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, my tobacco pipe is so capable of holding more tobacco than it was holding. And I'm like, why am I, I'm looking at this like, okay, I know I can fix this. Hold on a second. And sure enough, pack that down in there nice and neat. Okay. Let's see how it smokes after I fixed it up a bit. I was in the need for a new pipe, and my 26th birthday came around, and I got just a little bit of birthday money. And I walk in and I bought this pipe a long time ago, and I had it for a couple months, and it's been a very, very, very good pipe. It's easy to unclog. It doesn't heat up very easily, and it's easy to, and it's smoking out of it. Phenomenal smoker. And it went out after I tamped it. Fucking Charlite. Based off of that deduction, I would say this pipe is ready to go. It smokes amazingly now. Like before I fixed it, I would pack tobacco into my pipe, and I couldn't get it down all the way into the chamber very easily. And I'm like, okay, I'm not utilizing my pipe's bowl size here. This bowl could hold so much more tobacco. So like I said, I just got done taking a drill bit and grinding away at it so that it holds more tobacco now. Not yet, no. And it's almost, yeah, it's practically 1 minute to midnight. So I'm not, if I do play guitar, it's on my acoustic. There we go. I'm liking this. It may be just me, but after I worked on my pipe, it actually smokes better too. Opening up that bowl so that it draws better. And that's just showing you how to fix your pipe if you're having issues like that. But do be careful when you're working on your pipe, because like I said, I was so worried about, the drill slipping and then a big old chunk of my bowl just breaks off, or accidentally drilling through the bottom of it, you know, and that's why I had to be super careful. And also I was worried about stabbing myself in the hand, but I'm actually not as stupid as people treat me half the time. And I legitly fixed my pipe. This is fucking awesome. actually holds a full bowl of tobacco now. I can dig it. Oh, I did like it actually. That was really good. Just because I don't hit the like button doesn't mean I don't or do like it. That was kind of cool that you did that actually. Um, I'm not playing the electric guitar at 12 o'clock midnight. That's just not going to happen. If I do play guitar, it's going to be on my acoustic. Not a problem. It heats up a little bit faster than it used to, but that's a small price to pay for it actually being able to load more tobacco. And that wall around it is still pretty thick, so we Gucci. The bowl is heating up, but it's not getting so hot that I can't hold it. It's actually getting warm enough to where if I were to smoke this while walking in the snow, I could keep my hands warm just doing this. Legitly. Let's scoop this ash out and see how far I got down to the bowl here. Can you do the impersonation of Ozzy biting the head off a bat? Not really, no, but every time it gets brought up, Ozzy gets a little annoyed by it. He's like, because true story, Ozzy thought it was a fake bat when somebody threw it up on stage, and thinking it was a fake bat. He's just like, you know what I'm saying? And then he tasted blood and he's like, oh, fuck. That tobacco bowl has lasted a lot longer than it usually does. Yikes. That bowl's hot. It's not piping hot, all puns aside, but it's definitely warm. All that friction that was applied to drilling it out so that it could hold more tobacco like it was supposed to, that's gonna, yeah. But as you can see, the wall on the inside is still relatively thick. So there we go. Oh, and Summer originally tattooed it. She didn't go deep enough, and she used the cheap ink. But she's coming over tomorrow to redo it and touch it up. It'll look sick when she's done with it. My pipe is unclogged. It's fixed. The stem's nice and tight. That's what's up. Now, when I first started this video, I showed you that I couldn't even stick my entire pinky in there. And now the pipe, I can actually stick my entire pinky down in there just nicely. And when I couldn't stick my pinky down in there all the way, that's when I realized, okay, that's why I can't load as much tobacco up in there as I could be loading up in there, because this bowl is pretty big. It's not like super huge, but it's a decent sized bowl. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this pipe can hold way more tobacco. So if you're just joining me, I bored it out just a little bit with the drill bit and made it function like a pipe should function. Yeah. Now I'm utilizing my tobacco pipe's full potential. I'll grab some water. I'll be right back. Do you think picking on me for having trichoteria affects me? Not really, no. Considering I did it to myself, you know. If anything, it's a reminder to quit picking. So, and I haven't picked at my scalp in quite some time. So, yeah. And you think sending pictures of my own dick to my phone? And people ask, okay, how are people getting pictures of my dick? Well, there was a porn video that I did of me masturbating, and then I tried a couple of dating websites out, and to increase my chances of finding a woman on the dating websites, I posted a couple of nude selfies, and when I was having shitty luck with online dating, I decided to delete my accounts. But there's a good chance that a lot of my excuse me. There's a good chance that a lot of my haters could have stumbled across my dating pages that I had up at one point and taken the nude selfies that I was using to try to get some pussy, you know what I'm saying? And they could have taken those nude selfies and saved them to their desktop so they could send it to all their friends. And then all their friends fucking text message me with a picture of my own dick, and it's like, really? The stupid, immature shit that people do, and I shrug it off, really. You know? I'm gonna adjust my lighting. Now, I have deduced that the reason why my pipe got so hot so quickly is because of how fast I was puffing on it. I was puffing on it to see how well it would smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was puffing on it quickly to test it. You know what I'm saying? Generally speaking, when you're smoking a pipe, YouTube, you puff on it nice and slow. You know what I'm saying? You take time to savor your bowl. And getting that first bowl smoked through it as quickly as possible it helps with the process of making it a better pipe. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I wanted to take it a step further, I could take a very light sandpaper and sand off the finish on my pipe, and I could stick paper towels in both ends, both the bowl hole and the stem hole, so that just the pipe itself is exposed with no finish, and I could coat it with a light coating of dark green spray paint, let it dry, and then do my thing. I could restain my pipe if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that right now. Good night, Ryan. I'm actually quite satisfied with how my pipe was easily fixable. Now it holds the potential like it's supposed to. You know, if I'm loading my tobacco pipe and I go to pack a bowl of tobacco in there and I can barely get the point of my pinky in there, and it's not even with tobacco in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm not utilizing the full potential here. In fact, it's already cooled off a great deal. And now I'm utilizing the full potential of my pipe's bowl. I can stick my entire pinky down in there, nice and snug, but it's not super loose. You know what I'm saying? So I drilled out the perfect amount. I didn't go overboard with it, and I didn't go underboard with it. Night. Good night, Dan. How long is this video? 51 minutes? Keep the shenanigans going for a bit longer. I'm actually quite pleased with how I was able to fix my pipe like that. I didn't break it, and I made the bowl wide enough to where it actually holds all the tobacco like it's supposed to. That turned out real slick. Loaded like half a bowl of that black Cavendish tobacco in here so that it'll help break in my pipe a little better now that I fixed it. That black Cavendish has a nice kick to it. So right now I'm going to keep up with anybody who wants to talk in the chat room for the most part. I'm also going to work on lyrics for my next song. Go to my notes. I got the next two songs, or I got lyrics for one song I'm gonna do. I want to get the lyrics for another song going here. Let's see. The name of my next song for my 8th album is Don't Need Your Bad Love. Yeah. Summer wasn't feeling too good, but she's feeling better now. She came over to do my tattoo, but then she she accidentally left her gun at home, so we ended up just hanging out for a bit, you know. And then I walked her home to make sure she got home safely. Oh shit, I totally forgot. I'm gonna call Summer real quick. She's probably worried sick.
Automatic voice message system.
I'll leave her a message. I'll leave her a message. Oh, excuse me. Hey, babe, it's Josh. I made it home safely, obviously, but yeah, sorry, I forgot to text you. I got distracted. I got home and I was working on my tobacco pipe, and I fixed it. Anyways, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye. They said when she wakes up, she won't be like, "Oh, I didn't need it." No, 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 no. We golden. Okay. Her phone was off, so yeah. Had it on speaker because I thought she was gonna answer, but that's all right. Back to yeah. You ever have an ex that just makes your life a living hell and you wish you never would have dated them in the first place? You're sitting there asking yourself, what the fuck was I thinking? Well, this is going to be a song for you to listen to. You know, taking some of the drama I've had to go through in the past couple of weeks and the frustration of dealing with it and turning it into a song, basically. And I'm willing to bet you now that my pipe's fixed, it also won't clog nearly as easily. I noticed that because the gap between the actual top of the bowl and the fucking chamber was so tight that I'd smoke like the little top of tobacco that I could load into it, and then it would clog, and it's like, what the shit? But this seems to have fixed the issue quite nicely. Now the stem's clogged, but that's easy enough to fix. I mean, this is such a pretty pipe, and it's like, it would be a shame not to be able to smoke a full bowl out of it and utilize the potential of it, you know. I'm gonna blow my nose. I don't want to just, you know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. Ah, there we go. Ugh. until this will wait. Alright. Now there's this neat little feature on my phone, and if you look closely at it, the camera can focus. It says notes. I click on it and I can type notes on my phone and it spell checks it. I can use that little notes app to write song lyrics. And then, yeah, it's a nifty little process. I already know the first couple of lines. You're a wannabe wolf in sheep's clothing. Your loathing of me is so obvious. The loathing of me is so obvious. Your drama starting shit is obnoxious. You're a wannabe wolf in sheep's clothing. Your loathing of me is so obvious. Your drama starting shit is obnoxious. That's a good start. It's like 3 lines. This is a great way for the musician to just relax in his natural elements, smoke on some good tobacco, write some awesome music for my album, and that really comes through with when my fans go to hear it, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Legends Never Die, a lot of people are getting into it. It's because it hooks you, you know what I'm saying? I was scraggly earlier. Got that shit cleaned up. The reason why I wear the bandana is because 1, it looks badass and cool, but 2, because of my trichoteria, it's like if I go to subconsciously do this number, I got this bandana on saying no, basically. Yeah. 'Tis better to pick the strings on the guitar than it is to pick out your hair. See what I did there, Facebook? I made a joke about playing guitar and trichoteria in the same fucking sentence. So do you really think, Facebook, that these trolls making fun of me for having trichoteria affects me when I'm able to make fun of it myself? The answer is no, obviously not. Obviously this shit doesn't get to me. If this shit got to me, I would have stopped making videos a long time ago. I'm just fucking saying. Now I'm taking my time to enjoy this tobacco. It's not heating up as fast, which proved my hypothesis earlier that because I was burning through that last bowl so quickly, it heated up real quickly. And now it's acting like it did before I fixed it. It's not heating up as quickly. Fuck yeah. And then using all the influences that I did to make that sound that you hear distinctly in Legends Never Die, and have that distinct sound throughout the entire album. If I do multiple vocal tracks on GarageBand, doing multiple vocal tracks in GarageBand allows me to record separate voice tracks, so I can do power metal vocals, that dual high-pitched shit that you hear, the awesome sound you hear in power metal. And then also it allows me to add a death metal sort of influence to it, and the occasional shriek, you know what I'm saying, piece it together nicely. You know, and this allows me to do all my styles of singing in various different mixtures, and it produces a unique sounding album. Now, being able to do multiple voice tracks also allows me to record dual guitar. I shit you not. Yeah. Do you ever want to form a band? Yeah, me and homeboy Scotty are thinking about forming a band, but he needs to get a bass, and then as soon as Scotty gets a bass, we're gonna get a drummer and a keyboarder, and we're fucking set. You know what I'm saying? And I can do vocals, Scotty can do backup vocals. I got basic guitar, you know what I'm saying? You know. Right now I'm doing the solo thing, and when I got 6,000 plus subscribers backing me on YouTube, people are like, hey, it's that guy. Your drama starting shit is obnoxious. Toxish. Obnoxious. Toxics. Now, watching me type song lyrics on my phone can't be that entertaining, but I digress. It goes towards my new album, so there is some entertaining factor to it, I guess. And I didn't just sit here and go, I want to type song lyrics, you know. And freaking, yeah, fix my pipe along the way, too. Fucking A, right? It hits better, too. Like hitting the tobacco out of it, it doesn't feel nearly as clogged as it did before. Fuck yeah. That tuning I had on my guitar earlier when I did the first Facebook Live video, I just shredded some mean-ass guitar. I wanted to make a Facebook Live video before summer came over, and then I turned off everything as far as cameras go. You know. And then you know, hung out with Summer, walked her home safely, and then come back and it's like, okay, now to address the issue of my pipe not properly working. I know I could load more in there, but you know, at least now when I stick my pinky down in there, it actually feels like I'm packing a pipe and not trying to fucking force my way in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Is toxic even a word? Like saying toxic, only a different way of saying it. It's like your drama starting shit is obnoxious. You play the victim and it's toxic. Like toxic, but with ish to make it rhyme. To make it rhyme with obnoxious, but I don't even know if that's a word. And if it's not a word, then there's no sense in using it. It would just make your music sound illiterate and stupid. People are like, oh, look at this guy trying to make up words. Okay, Siri. Can you look up the word toxic?
My web search terms something up for okay Siri, can you look up the word toxic? Have a look.
Low battery. Shitballs. 1 second. Not going to be able to type lyrics on your phone if your battery is about to die. Now, is it? No, that's just not going to work. Was I your knight in shining armor, the apple of your eye? Was I quoting In the Snake Starts to Sing by Bring Me to the Horizon? I do believe I was. Being as I'm big into snakes, what if I did that for a vocal cover on Facebook? That would, you know what I'm saying? That's like turn it way down, you know what I'm saying? So it's not blaring, you know. And if you're going to plug shit in, put your thumb over your bowl so you don't spill your tobacco and your Gucci. I didn't really turn up shit, so it's not really a word. So this is where the challenge of writing a good song comes into play. You want to convey this message and flow smoothly and try to force it out, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you shouldn't force creativity. You should let it come to you naturally. It produces better quality shit. Doesn't matter what you're creating, really. Art is art, the way I look at it. It just comes in different fucking formats. Like the first 3 lines are just straight fire, you know what I'm saying? And I'm layering the lyrics with different styles of singing to produce that sound. You're a wannabe wolf in sheep's clothing. Your loathing of me is so obvious. Your drama starting shit is obnoxious. You play the victim and manipulate, and it's making people irate. That works. That's kind of cool. You play the victim and manipulate. making no replacement, bro. You play the victim and you manipulate, putting people in a stupid state, making others irate. That works. Putting others in a BRAIN washed state, and it makes others IRATE return. Name of the song insert. Now the way I plan on doing this here freaking song, it's gonna sound cool. I mean, the lyrics are kind of cheesy, yes, but as far as sappy, cheesy music goes, if it's decent and catchy, then I mean, the Scorpion song that I sang last night, it's romantic and sappy, but it's at least good sounding, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You are a wannabe wolf in sheep's clothing. Your loathing of me is so obvious. Your drama starting shit is obnoxious. You play the victim and manipulate, putting others in a brainwashed state, and it makes others irate. And you have sealed your fate. Oh, I got chills from thinking. I just thought of that. Sometimes it happens. I'll be reading through and I'll be like, what if I add this to it? You know what I'm saying? And that sounds pretty good. And then right after it says, and you have sealed your fate. Don't need your bad love. Like what rhymes with fate? State irate. I will see you at the gates of hell laughing. Yeah. Adds a bit of a twist to it because there's going to be like, whoa. Or just take out the laughing part so it sounds all serious. You have sealed your fate. I will see you at the gates of hell. Because fate and gate rhyme. But adding the S on it, you know what I'm saying? See me at the gates of hell. While I enter, you shall not. Here we try again. So that's actually catchy. See me at the gates of hell. I shall enter, and you not watching my effect on. God damn it. Watching my effect for you rot like a corpse buried. Buried. No, not Bart, you stupid motherfucker. B-R-I-E-D. Buried. 6 feet deep. Talk is cheap. Choose your battles before life gets too steep. But can you trust or take that leap? Don't need yeah. I can sit here and, fucking text out some fucking song lyrics right quick on my notes app and basically write songs on the go. I'm not wasting ink and going through shit tons of paper. If I don't like something, fucking delete it, you know what I'm saying? Which is what's more convenient, you can stick it in my pocket and it's nicer on the environment. I mean, that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone here, you know what I'm saying? Right there, there's 2 chunks right there. If I insert a solo break, I write the word solo and hit return a couple times before I do it, and then hit return again. Get like 2 to 3 more chunks in after that. Yeah. And having the power to just openly create lyrics for music, and actually have it mean something, The thing of it is that we've all had to deal with people like that in our lives. And because we've all had to deal with people like that in our lives, this song is going to be pretty relatable to a lot of people in some way. Like, legitly. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but it's a great way for me to just sit here, chill, smoke some tobacco, type out lyrics, you know what I'm saying, for the new album and shit. Take you into the creative process. And then after the solo fucking opens back up and typing out some random shit here, we got don't need your bad love, like a dove with broken wings, the truth sometimes stings. Hear the bells of fate ring so loud. But sometimes people are just too so loud. But sometimes it's just a rain cloud. I like that a lot better. But sometimes it's just a thunder rain cloud. Thunder, ponder, that kind of rhymes, not quite though. And I ponder why I got with you. Return. Followed by a repeat of the title of the song, and then a return. That's a nice little chunk. Make these last couple of lines on the song really fucking stick, you know what I'm saying? Because you got this heavy ass guitar going. I know these vocals hitting you at once. It's like, whoa, what is this? You know? There's like multiple people. No, it's just one dude recording multiple tracks. That's fucking crazy shit. You have to check the shit out. Some people are gonna like it. Some people are gonna be like, "Oh, that sounds like crap." You know, you can't please everybody. And I think taking your frustrations in life and finding a creative outlet for it. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to sing the song right now. I'm just going to work on the song lyrics because it's quiet and I don't feel like playing music right now. I'm going to focus on getting this album done in the next like month and a half, 2 months or so. Yeah. If like it January pops and a new album pops and it's like, oh shit, check this out. Instead of just throwing it together as quickly as possible, actually taking my time and, you know, I know it's no shave November, but you gotta be clean shaven for the most part. You know, if you're scruffy, people are gonna look at you funny, like, who's that bum? Because people are judgmental, nothing you can do about it. I literally got the title of the song, 2 decent chunks, and then working on the third chunk of it right after the solo and shit. I'm gonna ponder on that one for a minute, because trying to think here, you know. The creativity will come to me then. But just because I have to be clean shaven doesn't mean I can't grow some shit out for No Shave November now. Not does it. Exactly. Like fucking exactly. Your rumors and lies, you've sealed your own demise. Your rumors and lies, you have sealed your demise. Breaking free from you feels beautiful, like a sunrise. You're a and it's no surprise. Your rumors and lies, you have. Oh, I didn't spell that right. E-L-T, there we go. Your rumors and lies, you have dealt your demise. Breaking free from you feels beautiful, like a sunrise. Shut up, sir, I didn't ask for you. Your rumors and lies, you have dealt your demise. Breaking free from you feels beautiful like a sunrise. You're a fucking bitch, or a couple other unmentionables. Just go ham with it. Could have added the S and the C word to it, but I'm like, it'd be awesome because he's going ham with it, but at the same time, it limits where it gets played. You can't really get it played on the radio if it's. There's nothing saying you're a fucking bitch and it's no surprise. It's perfect because it rhymes with. It goes nicely with. Breaking free from you feels beautiful like a sunrise. You're a fucking bitch and it's no surprise. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's gold shit right there. And it's no. And of course I tried to autocorrect me on the word fucking. It was like ducking, and I'm like, ducking? Well, why are we getting birds involved into this shit? Fuck off with that. Yeah. Sunrise, surprise, demise. Wise. What would be a good line that would rhyme with surprise? That would fit the song, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Sitting here typing out lyrics for the new album and don't need your bad loves coming together pretty quickly. Boom shakalaka. This is pretty much how I start my musical process. I get down lyrics. This is what I should have done. Sometimes I'll wing it on the spot for some of my music, but then I think, okay, it's got to have more structure than that. And if I sit down and type out lyrics, it'll be a lot more structured. And it'll pay off. In the end, it'll produce a better quality album. And I might just sell my new album on Bandcamp for like $4 instead of making people pay like $10 on iTunes. You know, unless of course I can get enough money to upload to TuneCore. And TuneCore's never done me dirty, to be honest. I know people are going to be like, oh, but they're expensive, blah, 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 blah. No, but to legitly be using a website and have my music show up on iTunes, I'm like, yeah. And then seeing people download it, I'm just like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, a TuneCore is legit, but, you know, there's always a cheaper way to do it if you have to, you know. And I think, you know, yeah. Releasing it on Bandcamp for $4 would be a lot better. Because then people are gonna be like, well, it costs $4 fucking dollars, you know, so they're not feeling like, oh, la-di-da, they're wasting a shit ton of money buying an album they've never heard of the artist, or like, what the fuck is this shit, you know what I'm saying? Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Fine tobacco and pondering the next whimsical lyric of sorts, I guess if you could call it that. The muse for this song that's going to be hooking people. They hear the lyrics with the catchy guitar and they're just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Try to put your best foot forward to produce a quality album. At least if I like the sound of it, then I know my fans are gonna like the sound of it, and it's just that fucking simple. I don't mind restanding my pipe, but the thing of it is I have to wait for it to dry. And it's like, Once it dries completely, then I'll stick it in a microwave safe cup. And I'll take all the paper towels out after it's done drying. Now, if you want to restain your tobacco pipe, take your stem out and you put paper towels in an empty bowl and cover the bowl up and cover the stem hole, and then you sand the finish off with a light sandpaper, and then you take your spray paint. You know what I'm saying? If you got the bowl covered and the stem hole covered, you're not gonna get paint and shit on the inside of your bowl, which is good, so it'll make it safer to smoke out of. You'll basically be restaining the outside of it. And once it's done drying, all you gotta do is take the paper towels out, set it in a cup full of water, the bowl itself in a cup full of water, in a microwave safe container, and you microwave it for a bit. That water is going to soak in to the wood, and it's going to stain it even more. And when the water is nice and hot, I'm going to set it on the counter and let it cool for a minute. And then take the bowl out of the water, stick it in the freezer, and going from hot to cold really quickly, especially with the wood in the pipe, it's really going to fucking stain that shit. I did it before to a pipe that looked just like this one, but it was a lot smaller. And mind you, that was my first pipe, and I lost it. It fell out of my fucking pocket, and I was like, oh, weak. But this pipe's pretty big, so if this thing falls out of my pocket, it's like, you know, you see it happen, you know. That quick drill job definitely opened up this pipe nicely, and it's now has full potential. Sweet. Literally at the beginning of the video, I'm like, you see this shit? I can't even get my whole fucking pinky in here. By the end of the video, it's like I can get my whole pinky in there up to my knuckle. It's still snug, but it's not like redunculous. I go to pack a bowl of tobacco, and I can't even pack a full bowl because of all that wood that's layered on the inside of it, and it slowly would burn away from smoking out of it. But it doesn't clog nearly as bad. It flows more freely. And I've worked with wood before, and the bowl itself was pretty thick to begin with, so that worked out in my advantage. That black Cavendish, man. Black Cavendish is notoriously known for being rather potent pipe tobacco. It doesn't smell pretty like the aromatics, but it packs a hell of a nicotine punch. Now, if I'm out in public and I got a nice cherry pipe tobacco going, I don't hear too many complaints. A lot of people be like, oh, that pipe smells lovely. It reminds me of my grandfather or my uncle or da-da-da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? And of course, if you got long ass hair and you're smoking the pipe, people are going to think other things, but if they smell tobacco, they're not going to say shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Fucking stereotypes, right? The stereotypical pipe smoker, a professor or a sophisticated college student or a rich person. You know, fuck the stereotypes, man. You know, when I first started smoking a pipe in public, people would give me strange and dirty looks like, is he really doing that in public? Ugh. They smell it and they're like, oh, it's just tobacco. Oh, well, okay, whatever. And I was stopped once before, and they checked it, and they were smelling it like, I'm like, it's tobacco. I got it from the Ash cigar store. And sure as shit, you know, the cops were like, oh, that's cool, you know. They checked my ID, like, you almost got hit by a car riding your bike. You drunk? I should have said I wish, but I'm like, no. And then they seen the pot leaf earring on my piercing right here. And they're like, you got a pot leaf earring, so you don't mind if we search you, right? And I'm like, no, not at all. pulled everything out. I had a wand on me, like, what's this? It's my wand to practice black magic. The cop hands it to the other cop. He's like, do not drop this. Empties out everything, pulls up my pipe. The hell is this? I took out a pipe, sniffs it. Oh, cool. Where'd you get it? H&R store. Well, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And then the cop was all going on about how he smokes a pipe on occasion. And I was very, very compliant. I got all my shit back in my pockets. They're like, next time, just watch where you're going. I'm like, all right. Bought a cheap tire tube to replace the one that went flat. And ironically enough, it goes flat again. With the same fucking problem. Goat heads. That's what I get for trying to change my back tire with a cheap replacement instead of taking it to the shop. But nonetheless, I digress. My front bike light was taped on there and it looked ridiculous. So I took like 2 zip ties and tied it on there so that when I have it closed, it just dangles there. But when I open it, it stays where it's supposed to. And then I took 2 more zip ties and I zip tied an air horn next to my bike horn. So now my bike has an air horn, an actual bike horn, and a bell. It's super loud and obnoxious. I imagine when the weather gets a bit warmer, driving that around town during the summer will be quite fun. Now, mind you, this air horn is a cheap one that doesn't require CO2 or anything. It's got this basic pump mechanism that you push it and it compresses air, you know. I took a little bit of electrical tape and I wrapped it around the air horn's main body so that it would stay together better and it would actually compress the air. It works off of air. Basically, the pressure builds up and that's what creates the sound. And just driving by somebody real slow and they're not paying attention. They'd be like, whoa, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Getting the reaction, they're like, no, I'm just kidding, I wouldn't do that. That's mainly for like getting people's attention and you know, if I'm riding on the sidewalk and I got 2 fucking horns and a loud ass bell, I tend to think, okay, if you haven't heard me after that, motherfucker, you ain't paying attention. And I'm actually smart enough to wear a helmet when I ride my bike, to be honest. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people aren't going to be paying attention if they're in their car and fiddling with shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be smart about that. Helmets save lives, goddammit. Let's see what rhymes with surprise. You rumors and lies, demise, sunrise, surprise. Hmm. 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 Long ass fucking video, but the majority of it was fixing my pipe and then typing up song lyrics for my new album. There are some tobaccos that are quite moist, and if you don't let them dry out, you gotta torch it with your lighter. One time I had this black cherry plug tobacco that I ordered online. That shit was so good, but you have to like break the plug up, shred it, and then let it dry out. And that black cherry plug pipe tobacco that I ordered from pipesandcigars.com, they claimed it was their strongest pipe tobacco, and I'm like, okay, I gotta try some. And when I finally got some, I'm like, dude, once I actually cut it, shredded it, and let it dry out, stuffed it into my pipe and smoked it, oh, that's some of the best damn pipe tobacco I ever had in my life. That shit was good. It was a non-aromatic, but it possessed an aromatic flavor. That was the kicker of it. Now, aromatics are what's known as the pipe tobacco that smells good. It smells like cherries and shit. You know what I'm saying? The kind of pipe tobacco you smoke in public and people are like, oh, it smells lovely. Damn right it does. Granted, $6.07 per pack is not super ridiculous, but you know, Wyoming decides, oh, we're gonna make the price of cigarettes more expensive because we care about your health and we want you to quit smoking. Bullshit. They want to make money, so that's why they're gonna do it. And now Wyoming is looking into using hemp for byproducts because oil's gone down so much and people are losing jobs. And I'm like, there you go, Wyoming. There you go. Start off with using hemp. You see how wonderful hemp is. You're thinking, okay, let's try for its sister plant and get that shit legalized too. And then you'd really be making some money. And once they start seeing how much jobs are opened up with just hemp farming in Wyoming, not actual cannabis, mind you, but still, it's a step in the right direction. And once they see how beneficial hemp is, they're gonna be like, okay, we're making some good money off of hemp. What if we actually legalize cannabis and double our profit? I'm down for that. More jobs, bigger growth, more money for the state. Put the price of cigarettes back down to $4.75 plus tax. And we still be making 10 times the money. Yeah, I'm down for that. Because really, when you're going to fucking raise the prices of tobacco, you're doing it because you want to make money for your state or your country or whatever the fuck region you reside in. But you try to justify it by saying, oh, we care about your health. We want you to quit smoking, so we're going to be health Nazis and raise the prices. Like, come on. If you want money for your state, at least be honest about it. Don't try to act like you care about our fucking health, dude. It just seems like a fucking easy excuse to pick on somebody. And it's like, okay, you want to pick on the tobacco users because it's quote unquote bad for your health. Well, even healthy shit can be bad for your health, dude. Not to be rude about it, but exercise is good for you, yes. But if you exercise too much and you don't give your muscles time to recover, you ain't gonna build anything. That's the fucking truth. Work out, go ham, give your body like 3 to 4 days to rest, and then work out and go ham again. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. And people think that calories are the enemies. Not necessarily. It depends on how you're using them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just consuming a massive amount of calories and not doing shit, of course you're going to get a little chunky. But if you're actually getting exercise while consuming calories, it's going to burn and do what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But you really got to watch out for these drug companies, man. They're crooked. These fucking miracle diet pills that they come out with. They make your body just magically burn a shit ton of fat. Yeah, some of them actually do work, but they have nasty consequences and nasty side effects. It's basically like an anorexia pill, if you will, and that's a fucked up way to look at it, but it's the fucking truth. And I'm also thinking if you're gonna lose weight, you're better off diet and exercising than taking a fucking diet pill, to be honest. And like 95% of the crap the drug companies try to feed us is stuffed with side effects. You go into the doctor's office complaining of one thing, and the doctor gives you a pill, and that pill gives you 10 side effects you don't need, and it's just like, what the shit? You know what I'm saying? When there are more natural things out there that can treat so much more, you know, like cannabis, for instance, can treat so many diseases and illnesses and help so many people. And it would put a lot of drug companies out of money and out of business because people would actually be getting healthier instead of being forced to take pills that make the situation worse. You ever watch them drug company pills commercials or like side effects may include? It's like, oh boy, here we go. I can sit there and listen to the side effects and you're just sitting there like, the fuck? Case in point, Chantix, the quit smoking pill. Fuck that shit. Side effects may include strange dreams or trouble sleeping. That's a little odd, but okay. Irritability after quitting Chantix. Wait a minute. People get irritable after quitting tobacco, so what's the fucking difference? Thoughts of suicide. Fuck that. If you want to quit smoking tobacco, then quit cold turkey. That's just like the diet pill thing, really. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it right. I don't plan on quitting. Fuck that shit, dude. By the time I'm fucking 65, I'm telling you about medical science. You don't even know. You don't even know. Medical science right now is so amazing. But by the time I'm 65 years old, that shit's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know Facebook. I'm calling that shit with a quickness. Now, the nice thing about pipe tobacco is it's cheaper and has less chemicals than cigarette tobacco. And to most non-smokers will smell better. However, this isn't particularly a smell-good tobacco because smell-good tobaccos tend to be a bit more expensive. This is a quality tobacco that'll get you through when you're out of cigarettes. And, you know, smoking this is a lot better than digging out ashtrays, to be honest. If you're digging out ashtrays and squeezing the butt into your pipe and not actually smoking it, you know what I'm saying? That's a little gross, but at least you're not smoking it directly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And for people who are into being healthy, you know, you want to give somebody shit for smoking tobacco because they're addicted to it, but you're addicted to like being super fit. You know, you go to the gym, you go ham. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's an adrenaline release. It's a stress reliever. So even though they're two different things, they're kind of used for the same purpose, if that makes any sense. I could go to a gym if I wanted to, but I'm naturally well built like this, so, you know. This depression flies away from me now that you're gone out of my life. There we go. Back to the fucking song lyrics. This depression flies away from me now that, God damn it, that you're out. Yeah. You have that ex that you just can't stand, and you want a song that reflects that. You got one. And this is running it from personal bullshit and just, you know what I'm saying, finding a healthy way to channel it, blocking the person or persons causing it, and then writing a song about it. Which I think is a lot better way of dealing with it, you know, especially if the person causing it is being a massive hypocrite and calling me childish when she won't even confront me. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. Quite frankly, I didn't care to confront her because she was out of my life, and it's like, see what she's really like. And the more you find out, it's like, I made the wise decision of breaking up with that person. See, even if I hadn't cheated on Stephanie in the first place, Damien is very territorial with getting women, and he would have ended up persuading her either way. So, not talking shit, just saying. We could have worked things out, but it's whatever. Because, quite frankly, the fact that she was so easily persuaded, you know what I'm saying? At first, she's like, oh, I'm going to do it to get revenge. Haha, you know, I'll show him. you know. But now, her shit's so blown out that no dude want to fuck it, and it's funny as fuck. I'm just sitting here laughing about it hysterically. My pipe might have been able to be fixed, but Stephanie's pussy is so erect from all the kinky shit she's done in the past with a little freaky ass three-way. And it made her happy for a minute, but then she was kicked out of that. It just made me laugh even harder. I mean, it's fuck to say, but the way I look at the situations and how it played out, like, and usually first relationships don't last that long. If you're one of the select few that has, there are a select few group of people who manage to make a first relationship last longer than 2 years, but that's beside the point. Oh shit, don't want to drop that. Yeah, Facebook, just typing up some song lyrics, chilling out, you know. One thing with the Asperger's syndrome that most people recognize is not all people with Asperger's are the same. Our talents and hobbies are different. Our obsessions and what have you, or quirks, if you want to call it that. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely packs tobacco much better. That was a good call fixing it. And that was the most nerve-wracking minutes of my life because that was a very delicate process. One false move and the bowl collapses and you're fucked because you break a pipe. You know what I'm saying? I've had that happen, and I try to fix a tobacco pipe after there's a little kink in it or what have you, and it breaks on me. I'm like, fuck. If you're enjoying the fine hobby of a good pipe, you learn the tricks of the trade. It's one thing to collect them and experience all the tobaccos, and there are some pipe smokers that are like, oh, you need to collect a bunch of them so you can have like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sort of pipe. And there are some people who are like, who are more into the tobacco, you know what I'm saying? It really depends on, there are definitely different, you know, variations of it. And there's like a bazillion different types of tobacco pipes, carving the wood and staining it, you know what I'm saying? So in a way, it's a work of art. I'm actually thinking about restaining this, legitly restaining this pipe dark green. That would look sick as fuck. I could do it if I have the right sandpaper, and it'd have to dry for a good minute before I treated it with the final 2 steps. No, why would you, after the paint's dry on it and you take the paper towels out of the holes, microwaving it in water till it gets hot, and then sticking it in the freezer, that shocks the wood. And when it does that, going from hot to cold, it'll expand the wood and then contract it, and then it'll basically stain the pipe. I mean, you can't tell me this black and silver stem with the green bowl, that wouldn't look sick as fuck. Especially after I fucking drilled that out and made it more like a pipe and actually load a full bowl of tobacco without it clogging up nearly as bad. Fuck yeah. Got like a little over 2 hours. It's not too bad. So I got enough time to, like, if I do decide to restain this, show you what it looks like for the most part. Yeah. Attach a trumpet to your bike. That'd be kind of hard to play, actually. But it was a cheap air horn that I bought at the dollar store, and 4 zip ties later, the bike light looks a lot more professionally mounted. And having that extra horn on the bike doesn't hurt, especially if you're riding. It gets people's attention. I managed to replace the bike tube temporarily, and then it pops again. I got the bike tire off and everything, and I'm like, that's cool, you know. Then it pops again due to the same fucking issue. I'm just like, bruh, really? Yeah, it's part of riding the bike, unfortunately. But I'm not tripping out about it right now because the weather's cold and there's no riding the bike when the weather's cold anyway, so, you know. I pretty much walk everywhere I go, so I'm, you know what I'm saying, at least getting some sort of movement exercise, if you will. And you literally have to let the paint dry until it's no longer sticky before you do the water treatment. Otherwise, if you go to smoke out of it, the paint will come off on your fingertips. Legitly. And you want to do a very, very light coating. Just done. You know what I'm saying? And I have to let it dry on the vice clamp with the trash can underneath it so I didn't drip paint on the carpet. So that way the bowl could dry and everything. I'm taking a light sandpaper so I don't reshape it, but just take the stain off. Yeah. Giving it a light sanding would also make the paint stick better. And if you avoid getting paint on the inside of your pipe, you're not risking toxic shit from smoking out of it. You know, that's why you put paper towels on either end. There's just enough green paint in this dark green to stain my bowl. That'd be a pretty dark green with that black stem. of course, if you're going to be sanding anything, you're going to want to sand it over the trash can so you don't get sawdust all over the place. I could legitimately make this happen. Yes. I could restain this pipe, but it looks sexy as fuck. Go from this nice dark brown to a dark green. Boring out the inside of it just a little bit so it fits tobacco better. Worked out nicely. And the cop goes, well, why the fuck you got pot leaf earring? I said, well, because I got Asperger's and cataracts, and I go to Colorado when I can to smoke, you know. And he's like, oh, okay. You think it helps? I don't know, but if it becomes legal here, you know, maybe we'll find out. Cop smiles and he goes, yeah, you know, maybe. See, whenever I deal with cops in this town, I'm very compliant. I don't have any warrants, any arrest record of anything. I keep my fucking nose clean. You know, fucking whittle my wood, play some guitar, you know. I mean, restaining my tobacco pipe, come on now. That's harmless shit, basically. I've done this heat treatment to the stem so many times now that it's actually starting to hold its shape like that, which means it's fitting to the pipe much better. Really simple enough. You just take a small piece and do the stem first and then the bowl second. This Facebook video cuts out from the live while I'm doing this. I can always do a part 2 where I'm just like restaining my tobacco pipe. And you can see it's taking the finish off but not reshaping it. My two favorite colors are black and dark green, so I want to restain my pipe so it resembles that. I've done this technique to tobacco pipes before, and doing it is a tedious process because you got to wait for it to dry, but the end result's pretty cool. And you can already see that stains coming off on that white sandpaper. And really, taking the stain off, I don't need a heavy sandpaper for it. Heavy sandpaper would just reshape it. And I like this billiard shape quite nicely. I don't want to ruin that before I take off the stain. Something to do to occupy my time, I guess. I'm going to restain my tobacco pipe while I think of more lyrics for my song. Yeah. those dark spots where it's still going to be on there, yeah. If you see any dark spots of the stain, just going to take that sandpaper and rub at it until it comes off. This right here is a tedious process, but the more you do it, the better the finish is going to come out. I did the same thing to my first pipe, and this son bitch falls out of my pocket. That ain't happening, and then I lost it, and that ain't happening with this one. Nope. This will be a good looking pipe when it's done. And not that it wasn't a good looking pipe before, but opening it up and restaining it. People are like, "Did you get a new pipe?" I'm like, no, it's the same pipe I've always had. Just restained it. That's cool. I'll get stupid people texting me on my phone, "Your restained pipe looks like shit." I just laugh and block their number. Someone got a hold of my cell phone number and they're spreading it all over the internet, and I get random assholes texting me stupid shit, and I'm just laughing about it. That one didn't have shit for grit. That's what I'm talking about. That's getting the job done very nicely. It's not reshaping the bowl, it's just taking that stain off. That's the color I want to look for. I think after I fixed it so that it smokes better, it's only justifiable that I restain it. Make this pipe really go the distance. Give it its own personal touch. And I'm going to sit here and drill out the hole so it smokes better. Least I can do is restain it. I mean, why the fuck not? This light grit sandpaper loses its grit rather quickly, but it's taking the stain off and not reshaping it. So this will make the next couple of processes on this really nice. This ain't producing any sawdust at all, which is a good thing. It's not coming off, making a huge mess. Got that window wide open so that tobacco smoke airs out. It really doesn't matter what the trolls think. If I like the way my pipe turns out, then that's all that matters. Because I'm the one smoking out of it. All that stain came off the bowl quite nicely. That looks good. That looks like the grain of the wood. That's no longer stained. Going through every inch of it and making sure. So attention to detail, you know. That was just enough sandpaper to take off the stain very nicely. This is going to have to go over here and make the vice clear. And that's some bitch. Now that the stain is off the pipe, wood itself, the next thing you want to do is protect the insides of your pipe from getting paint on the inside. It'll make your smoke a lot safer. I mean, there's already some chemicals in pipe tobacco, but not nearly as much as cigarettes. So it's less chemicals, really. Take a sheet of paper towel, roll it up, and then actually, no, we'll go from this side. The folded side goes up. Twist that son of a bitch in there just like that. Alright. That's easy to pull out when it's said and done. Oh, I gotta just twist it this way. But it's in there, so it's not gonna get paint on the inside when I go to do the do. It's snug, but it's not gonna get caught in there. And then repeat the process for the stem hole. Making this one longer will give the vice clamp something to hold on to while it dries. Now, if you don't have actual tobacco pipe wood stain, this is a cheap way to, well, if you want to change the look of your tobacco pipe and change the color of it, easy enough. Tear that in half and roll it so it's skinny enough to fit in the stem. Just like that. And repeat the process until it's in there nice and snug. Keep twisting it in there. People are taking pictures of me on live chat and sending it to my phone. Oh, that's stupid. It's whatever. There we go. The vice clamp will hold the bowl up just like that while the paint dries. Simple as that. There's a shiny spot right there. I'm gonna make sure we get all that off. If it's shiny, it's staying, getting all that stain off, and give it a fairly gorgeous dark green spray paint a shake. I'm gonna hold the pipe bowl by the paper towel just like that and spray it real quick, and then put it in the vice clamp to dry. Put the trash can underneath it so it drips into the trash can, not on the carpet. Check that out so far. Yeah. Having these paper towels in your pipe also gives you something to hold on to while you're painting it. Fuck. That was smooth. Didn't mean to drop it, but it's mostly covered. I fished it out though. Got this in the trash can over here so I can see it in the light better. Some of that paint came off of it, so I dropped it. Son of a whore. Making sure there's no debris on it while it's drying, so it has a nice smooth green finish. examining every inch of this bowl here, of this tobacco bowl, and making sure I got every last bit of it covered in green. Just like that. That's gonna make a sexy looking pipe there, Facebook. Oh yeah. There's just enough paint to cover it, but it's not dripping all over the place. Now I'm going to transfer it to this hand just like that. I'm going to put it in the vice clamp just like that. It's going to look schmexy when it's done. And you can see I covered every inch of that pipe bowl in a fresh green paint. That looks good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it in the vice clamp facing up like this because this paper towel is really thin. This one isn't. I don't want it falling and fucking up the finish. Transferring to the vice clamp is a bit of a process, but we got this. Yes, that'll be excellent. I got that in the vice clamp just right. I'll let that dry for a couple hours, and when it's bone dry, then I'll do the rest of it. I did get just a little bit of paint on me from doing it, but it's washable. Oh, that is so convenient. I get fucking spray paint all over the finger I'm supposed to be getting tattooed. God damn it, that is so typical. I restain my pipe and it looks badass, but then... what are the fucking odds? I'm gonna have to take a washcloth and scrub this shit out of Facebook. And it looks like it's coming out. That shit needs to be on my pipe and not on my fucking finger, to be honest. But that right there is just what we call a mark of your craftsmanship, I suppose. That's one way to look at it. Taking that super wet washcloth and just scrubbing the shit out of my finger. And especially if I'm washing dishes, I can't have green paint on my fingers. Oh, I got it on my thumb too. God damn it. Well, that'll be gone within the next 3 or 4 days, no problem. But I'm getting tattooed tomorrow. I can't have spray paint on my fucking fingers. This is bullshit. But that's life. It's unpredictable. I'm going to step off camera for a second and keep at it so it's not so bad. But you can see it's coming off. The green paint's coming off, so that's good. That pipe will look sick when it's done, though. I can tell you that right now. Boom. There we go. I mean, I'll be able to get the paint off my fingernails in the next couple of days or so, but this at least gets the paint off my fingers so that when I go to get tattooed, it's not in the way and shit. Now, that tobacco pipe bowl dries. You think to yourself, but what if you want to smoke tobacco out of a pipe? This one right here. This one has a rustic and smooth finish. That's pretty cool looking. Oh, fuck, I got it on this finger too. Yeah. But, yeah, this one I'm not going to sand just because it's kind of a cool looking finish. It's got a little bit of ash on it, but it works. This one, I can pack a full bowl in this one just fine. Even though I can't stick my pinky in there all the way in. It's a bit snugger than the hole in that one, but I can still pack a full bowl on it. Patience is a virtue, and now I wait. Making sure the stem for that pipe is unclogged, of course. Now leaving the stem, the original flat black. That'll look sick with the green pipe bowl. No pain on my thumb. I'm not worried about it. I like the chair that I got now. I was able to jerry rig it, so to speak, so it's fixed in a way. yeah, I got it drying on the vice clamp, and basically it's just watching it dry. And when it's completely dry, then I'm going to treat it so that the green paint or the green stain completely stains the pipe dark green. It'll look cool. And the stem already fits in there nice and snug. It's going to take a couple hours to dry though. I'm not going to sit that long on Facebook Live. He said sarcastically, no, but I'm not going to sit for the entire drying process. But you saw the first half of it, you're like, oh, what the fuck's he doing with his other tobacco pipe? Do you just fix it, make it better, and then restain it? What? And I know my method for restaining a tobacco pipe works because I've done it before. You can't, when you have first-hand experience doing it a certain way, you can't deny those facts, personal experience, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I got the window wide open so that the smell of spray paint and tobacco doesn't, you know what I'm saying, fog out the apartment. People are like, oh, what you working on in here? A project of sorts. Yeah, I can come with that. Now, do pipe smokers customize their own pipes? That depends. They do have the build your own pipe kits where it's all pretty much just a block of wood that's been drilled out. All you gotta do is sand it and stain it. You know, they do have those kinds of kits out there. But this is just taking a pipe that I already had, making the bowl so it functions better, and then also restaining it so it looks cooler. And I'm smoking on my backup while it dries, and that works out nicely. Now I can type lyrics on my phone without getting paint on my fingertips, but I'm about to get down to the last two chunks of this song for lyrics. That's a really good place to stop at the moment. Song's not even about you, stupid. You don't even know who you're talking about. Random ass fucking number. Why are you writing a song about me? It's not about you. I didn't say who it's about. It's not about anybody. It's about the situation. Block caller. No, the song's about the situation in which the song I Don't Need Your Bad Love is the song about the situation that people go through when they're dating shitty people, you know, and turning that into a song and knowing that you can do better, but sometimes it's just not good enough, you know. And when you find that person, if it does exist, you know, it gets better. But yeah, that pipe will look sick as fuck when it's done drying. And as soon as it's done drying, grab like a glass cup, pour some water in there, take the paper towels out of it, and microwave it until the water's nice and hot. Then stick it in the freezer so that it shocks the wood and stains it. And then avoid smoking out of it until it's no longer wet. Let it dry naturally in the air. And that should, in theory, restain it. Shitballs. There's a spot right there where it's not matching the entire ball. I can see. I can still kind of see the grain of the wood of it a little bit, but it did restain it dark green. That dark green paint can is dead. I mean, I got a lighter dark green, but it wouldn't as good as this one does. So I'm gonna let that dry. And more than likely, if anything happens, the shininess might fade after it's treated in the final process, but the result will be a tobacco pipe that functions, and it's my favorite shade of dark green. I mean, come on. See, I get trolled during Facebook Live. Some random number texts me, "Why are you writing a song about me? Get over yourself, dog." The fuck is this shit? It's fucking stupid. It's a random number I don't even recognize. It's not even about nobody in particular. It's just a song that, like I said, expresses disgust at a certain situation. I think that's a song a lot of people are like, okay, I can dig it, or, well, it's fucking stupid. Like I said, you can't please everybody. You really can't. I do a Facebook Live video and I go to heat treat it with the water and shit.